Hey there, good evening everybody. This is Tony Porter and this is Cards and Dice TV. Here joining us and for a presentation of a 1971 Oakland Athletics replay game. It is a game played May 23rd. And we'll take a look now as I have replay baseball. That's keeping my data for me, so I have a record and so on and so forth. Now the last game we played was last night using Deep Drive Baseball. Deep Drive, very easy to play, very addictive, very easy to read the cards. The A's are 27-17, so that's 44. This would be game 45, right? This would be game 45 of the season. Let's write that down here. I'm using the replay baseball. The replay baseball will allow you to print out the day's score sheet with all the information pre-filled, including the stats. So if you play replay baseball, it's a great way to go. Now I play all the games. I'm also playing replay baseball, but an older version of replay baseball on my weekend classic program, where you play the classic games, APA, Stratomatic, Status Pro, replay, and so on, the games from yesteryear. So the Twins are in second place and the A's are in first place. We are in Alameda County Coliseum. And let's quickly go over the lineups and start the game. It's going to be Vita Blue on the mound for the A's, and Vita Blue is highly impressive. Started this year off in an impressive fashion. Let's quickly just let me get into the other side so I have some more data for us. All right, let's look at Vita Blue and what he's got going here. Now, ready for this? Vita Blue with an 0.46 ERA. His record is 8 wins and 2 losses. Yeah, that's right. His whip is 0.8, 0.88. In reality, he had a whip of 0.9, right? So in reality, he had a whip of 0.9. In the replay, his whip is 0.8, 0.8. In reality, his ERA was 1.82, and of course, we're about a run under that. Now, don't expect to really, have actual results, just because no game gives you actual results. Tribe Fan just reported his results from Stratomatic, which is one of the more accurate games, I believe, based on the reasoning that I have, and even there, most of the pitchers were off by a run. In terms of their ERA, they were off on strikeouts, close, but of course never going to be near the actual results. So when you're playing, a game simply because you think it's the most accurate, I think you're going to be disappointed. And I recommend you looking at, various games and trying out various games to have fun with it and so forth. So let's go. It's going to be Cesar Tovar, the center fielder, Steve Braun, the second baseman. I think he played third base yesterday. Killebrew at first base, batting third. Oliva in right field, batting cleanup. Batting fifth is Leo Kardnas, the shortstop. And then we have a kid called Brant Ollier. That's how you pronounce that name, Brant Ollier, and he is in left field. We have Rick Rennick at third base today, and we have George Midwall, the catcher, and Jim Perry. It's going to be Jim Perry, Gaylord's brother, pitching. He had a 4.23 ERA and won 17 games and lost 17 games. We have 34 decisions. So he goes pretty deeply into games. If you want to see somebody that goes deeply into games, check out Vita Blue with 14 points. So we should get a complete game out of him for sure. So I hope everybody's doing well, and we're right about to get started. Now, the way you play Deep Drive Baseball is you throw 3 D10s, and that's what we're going to do. Vita Blue is pitching to Cesar Tovar, a right-hander. Cesar Tovar in the replay is batting 290. In reality, he batted 311. So that's going to be a 57, and that's going to be ball 4. A base on balls for Tovar. So we got our first base runner of the game. And 2C, plus you get a -1, so it becomes a 1C. Hey, we'll try to run. Nope, not even close. So now we're going to throw a 20-sided die to see if there's a wild pitch. We're looking for a 1 on that. Here's a pitch to Steve Braun, another left-hander. That's a 30 and an 8. That's going to be off Braun's card. And an 8 is a fly ball center field. Over and under it is Rick Monday in the outfield. You have Rudy in left, Monday in center, and Reggie Jackson in right field for the Oakland A's. This is a great, fun team. I always loved this team as a kid. I thought they were just so, exciting, entertaining and colorful and exciting and talented and all these characteristics. All right, so again, we're going to throw the 20-sided die looking for that 1 to check for a wild pitch pass ball. We don't get it. So it's going to be a 0-9, and this is going to be a line drive base hit, and this is going to send Tovar to third base. In the gap cut off by the center fielder, Monday. Got runners on first and third. How do you like that on a guy that has an ERA of 0.48? Infield's going to be halfway. Now we got a 32 and a 5. And that is going to be off Oliva's card. And the 5 is going to be a hard hit ground ball. Works out perfectly because we did have the infield halfway. Campaneris scoops it. Underhand flip to Green. Green with the relay to first. And it's a 6-4-3 double play. That ends the inning. Kills the rally. No runs. 1 hit. 1 left. All right. Again, Vita Blue just lights out. He had a DeGrom-esque 1971. Jim Perry and Bert Campaneris. Bert Campaneris is leading off at shortstop, batting second, and he usually batted second. It's Joe Rudy, the left fielder. I always felt that Joe Rudy's his free agent contract with the California Angels always left something to be desired. I felt that his injuries and just his performance was not up to the caliber of really the free agent contract that he had signed. He wasn't a Reggie Jackson type star. He was really never that. Really hit. I don't think he ever hit more than 20 home runs in his career, and really never batted more than a low 300 once, I believe. He was a good, basically well known for his defensive ability in left field. Batting third is Reginald Martinez Jackson. Jackson, let's look at some of the averages. Is batting 325. We got some low averages. Campaneris, the leadoff batter, at 222, and Rudy at 221. Jackson at 325, and Mike Gepstein batting cleanup is at 256. Sal Bando at 278. Rick Monday 248. Dave Duncan batting 7th as a catcher is batting 209. You have Dick Green 221 in the 8th spot at second base, and batting 9th is Vita Blue 147. And let's get started here. Let's pitch. It's going to be Jim Perry, and that is a 31, which is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. And that is Harmon Killebrew. 1 down. Next is Joe Rudy. And it's a 79. So it's going to be off Perry. And it's a 0. That's line and caught by a shortstop, Kardnas. So hit on the screws, but right at the shortstop. Here's Reginald Martinez Jackson, and the 49 is a 9. That's a fly ball center field. Way back goes Tovar, and he hauls it in. 3 up, 3 down. That was a super quick inning. Well, here comes Vita Blue. He's going to face Kardnas. Going to face Kardnas, Oliva, and Rick Rennick. So these are PDFs. And the good thing is I can write stuff on PDFs. I can put information. For example, I usually write how to pronounce the names on the cards. So I'm a stickler for the pronunciations. And I will make mistakes, so don't think I don't, but I do. And that is a 28. So that's going to be off Kardnas, and a 0. That's going to be line and caught by the third baseman, Bando. Right place at the right time. 1 out. Vita Blue, the lefty, to Brian Ollier. Ollier with an 18. And that is a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Blue. Vita Blue. Some player always really had a contentious relationship with Charlie Finley. Always felt that he was underappreciated and underpaid. It's going to be a 30, and that's a strikeout. So 2 Ks, back-to-back Ks for Blue. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's going to be Gepstein leading it off against Jim Perry. And the cards are very nice, very easy to read. $12 for the whole set. You get every single player. And so you can play actual replays with this set. It's a lot of fun. When I start playing deep drive baseball, I really enjoy it, and it's hard for me to tear myself away to go to other games. That's why sometimes I avoid. The same thing happens to me with replay baseball. I enjoy that as well. Seems like the games I really enjoy, I play a little bit less because then I won't play other games, and I hate to do that. So it's kind of like an inner struggle that I have going on here. So I did not bring in a couple of the new players. I can see that here. I didn't correct that. Let's see. Let's go to and bring. So you get all the players. I have to bring in Gepstein, which I did not bring in. There he is, Mike Gepstein batting cleanup. So he's there. Then it's going to be Bando and Monday, and that's it. All right, so it's going to be Gepstein, Bando, and Monday here in the bottom of the second inning. Let's throw our 3 dice. We read the red and then the white. The green is going to tell you what type of an out it is or whatever. It's going to give you additional information. I call it the informational die. We have a hanger there. Okay, it's a 36 and a 3. That's going to be off Gepstein. And the 3 is grounded to third. Third baseman Rennick throws out Gepstein, 1 away. And it's a 75. Jim Perry's card. That's going to be an out. And the 6 is grounded to the shortstop. Hit hard. Kardnas throws out Bando, 2 down. And here is Rick Monday, not Mangual. And that's a 0-2. That's a deep drive. And check out how this works. That's a deep drive, and it's going to call in the 3. The green 3 calls in the ballpark card. So that falls within the home run range. So anytime you get one of these little red insignias, that's going to make it a home run. So let's see what happens here. We're going to have to roll off the deep drive chart. So Rick Monday, a lefty, leans into one and drives it deep to right center field. And let's see if this carries out. And it is going to be off the wall. And Rick Monday around first into second base with a 2-out double. So wind must have been blowing in on this one. But Rick Monday got himself in scoring position with 2 outs. And here is Dave Duncan. Now we're going to have to throw that D20. And we don't get what we wanted. And 68 and a 5. That is going to be off of Perry. That's a strikeout, and that retires aside. So a fastball, and Duncan chases it. The A's leave a runner on second. They go to top of the third. No runs. No 1 hit, 1 left. And here's Vita Blue again. Vita Blue with an 0.48 ERA, and it's gone down in this game. He's 8-2. And that is a 41 and a 3. That's off Mitterwald, and the 3 is going to be a ground ball. Hit hard to the third baseman, Bando. Bando throws him out, 1 down. Next is Jim Perry. You got a hitter card for Jim Perry. Almost every starter has a hitter card. That's a 0-5. 0-5 is going to be a base on ball. So Perry with a good hitter card. He batted 180, almost 200 had 5 RBIs, 100 plate appearances, and he walks. So pitcher's on, and Blue is frustrated with himself, walking the pitcher. Now we're going to have to throw that D20 looking for that 1. We don't get it. Here's Cesar Tovar, and that's a 79. That's going to be a defensive check. Very easy. Defensive checks are quick and easy. There's one chart. It's right there. Throw 2 dice. See what happens. That's an 80, and that is going to be a ground ball to short. Campaneris up with it, flips to green for the force. That was very, very quick and easy. So this is not something that interferes with the game. It flows very, very well. Here's Braun. Again, we're throwing that D20, looking for that 1. We don't get it. Here's Steve Braun, the lefty. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to center. That's going to be a 57. That's going to be that ball 4. So that puts runners on first and second. So that's the 3rd walk of the game for Vita Blue. He's struggling a little bit with his control. Let's see if on a 1 we check for wild pitches, pass balls, pickoffs, and that sort of thing. Harlan Killebrew can really wreak some havoc on a team with 1 swing of the bat. He can put runs on the board. I mean, he hit 28 home runs, drove in 120 runs, had a very high on-base percentage, one of the league leaders. And Chris Witt, the designer of this game, basically 386 on-base percentage. He'll highlight that by kind of adding a little of an emphasis with a darker color around it, highlighter type thing. All right, so here's the pitch to Harlan Killebrew, and that is a 53, and that is a base hit. This, my friends, will score a run. I believe Tovar is fast, and he will come around to score. Now, will Braun go to third is the next question. And Braun will be fast. We'll have to roll for him to go to third. Yeah, we will have to roll for him to go to third on a 53. That's a regular single, which means it's right at the outfielder. So we're going to check right here. Let's roll and see. And that's going to be a 0-6. The 0-6 is going to be runner is safe at third. First and third, RBI, 1-0, Twins. Coming around to score is Tovar. Going and stopping at third is Braun. First and third, RBI single for Harlan Killebrew puts the Twins up 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Going to roll for Tony Oliva. Something disappeared in there. And that's going to be a 33. That's off Oliva's card, and 3 is granted to the first baseman, Gepstein. And that retires the side, but the Twins pick up a run on 1 hit and a couple of walks. They leave 2 actually. They leave 2, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Jim Perry takes the mound. He's got a 1-0 lead. He's going to be facing Dick Green, Vita Blue, and Bert Campaneris. Dick Green bats .321. He's got 2 home runs. And here's the pitch. And that is a 69. A 69 is going to be a strikeout. He swings and misses. And here comes Vita Blue. It's a switch hitter. Bats from the left side against Jim Perry. That's an 82. That's going to be off the pitcher. And a 1 is going to be a pop-up in the infield. Second baseman, Braun. 2 down. And here's Bert Campaneris. And it's a 55. That's going to be a deep drive off of Perry. Now, Campaneris doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but he has a chance to hit one here with that 0. Again, that's the ballpark card. We're going to roll for Campaneris' deep drive section. See what happens. That's going to be a 50 on his deep drive section. That's going to be pulled down the line into the left field corner. After it is Oliva and Bert into second base easily with a 2-out double. And we're going to roll that D20. All right. Again, let me push this down just a little bit here. A little tight. I have to make some adjustments. All right, so Joe Rudy's up with a runner at second base. That's a tying run here in the bottom of the third. Again, we're rolling that 1. And let's do this. Jim Perry versus Joe Rudy in a clutch situation. See if Rudy can come through, and he will not. It's a 45 and a 5, and that's ripped to second base. Second baseman Braun throws him out, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. We go to the top of the 4th. 1-0 Twins. All right, here's Vita Blue versus Leo Kardnas, who lined out to Bando in his first at bat. That's a 91. That's going to be off Blue's card. And a 4, the green, tells us it's a ground ball. Chopped to second base. Dick Green makes the play. 1 down. Here is Brian Ollier. That's a 91, and that is ripped to short. Campaneris scoops it, bobbles it for a second, fires the first, 2 down. Looks like it's going to be another quick inning. Here's Rick Rennick with a 15, and that is going to be a strikeout to retire the side. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Blue. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Twins. Up comes Reginald Martinez Jackson. Jim Perry with a 1-0 lead. Jim Perry and the Minnesota Twins. Reggie Jackson batting .325 when the game started. He's 0 for 1, so that went down a little bit. Got good power. Reggie hit has 8 home runs, hit nothing for the first 3 weeks, and then came on strong after that. That's a 45 and a 0. That's line and caught. So Jackson rips it, but right at the first baseman, Hartman Killebrew. Here's Mike Gepstein. He was known as the Super Jew. That was his nickname. And it's going to be a 69er. 69ers off the pitcher. And that's a swing and a miss. Big swing. Swung out of his shoes. Missed by a foot. And Epstein heads back to the bench. 2 outs. Here's Sal Bando. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out earlier. And he's going to ground out again. This time to the third baseman. Third baseman Rennick throws him out, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down to the top of the 5th. Pretty quick game today. Don't have a lot of hits or runs or walks. That makes for a pretty speedy game. We are playing deep drive baseball. Michael Haynes. Michael Haynes. Fitness. Okay, I think that's what it says. Yes, Michael. Deep drive is a pretty good game if you're still here. Vita Blue. Vita Blue is facing top of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 Minnesota. Remember, Vita Blue is 8-2 with a 0.48 ERA. So he's gotten off to some kind of start here in our 1971 replay. It's going to be Mitterwald, Perry, and Tovar. That's a 25, and that's a strikeout. Curveball gets Mitterwald. 1 out. Here's Perry, switch hitter batting from the right side with a 70, and that's going to be a swing and a miss at a ball outside of the zone. The movement on that ball really enticed Perry, and Perry chased. 2 outs and an 86 Tovar with a 5, and that is hit hard in the hole. Campaneris backhands, long throw to first, low, but scooped out by Epstein. Great play by Epstein. And Tovar, who can run, is out at first. 1-0, going to the bottom of the 5th. All right, it's going to be Jim Perry facing Rick Monday, who doubled in his first at bat, and he is going to line a base hit single to center field, played by Tovar. So Rick Monday is on base. Here's Dave Duncan. And you know what? It is the 5th. We are down by a run. Let's try to tie this up. Let's try to get a runner to second base by bunting. So here's how you. Oh, actually, let me roll that D20. Looking for the wild pitch. We have a wild pitch check. We may not have to bunt. Let's see what happens. It's a 26. And a 26 is going to tell us. It says pitcher with a wild pitch rating of a D or an F is a wild pitch. Perry is a B, so no wild pitch. It's blocked by the catcher. Now let's go to our bunt chart. We're going to try to bunt. Here goes. And that's a 59 off of Perry. That's going to be a single plus. Single plus is result on batter card, a possible single. Result from pitcher card is an out. And we can always try to get the runner, but we're not going to do that. It's just not worth it. It's usually 50-50. It's really the only way it could be more than 50-50 if the runner is very slow and he's not. So the best we can get is like 60% chance. I don't feel that it's just not, I don't feel it's worth it, because then if you miss out, you get runners on first and second. So we're just going to go to first base. That number tells us that the ball went to the catcher. Catcher picks it up over to the second baseman covering, and that's a successful sacrifice. So Monday goes to second. And here's Dick Green. Going to throw that, looking for the 1. We don't get it. And that is a 24. 24 is off Dick Green, and that's a defensive result. Let's look at that. That's going to be interesting. Let's look at a defensive result here. And I'll show you how to do that. It's very, very quick and easy. Just roll 2 dice, and it's going to tell us whether we look at range or it's an 88. So we go directly to the defense chart, which is the error chart, an 88. It's going to take us to the left fielder. Left fielder is Oliva, and Oliva in left field is a, let's see if he's competent or not. He is okay. He's not great. He is okay. Let's see. And an 88 left fielder is going to be off Oliva's glove, and that's going to allow a run to score on an error by the left fielder Oliva, and it's going to allow Green to make it to second base on the E7. Ouch. What a time to make an error. Oliva, not really a competent outfielder, but he does play left field. So that's an E7. That puts Green at second base on a 2-base error. With 1 out, we have a runner in scoring position, and here comes Vita Blue. The game is tied at 1. Look for that wild pitch, and we have a potential for a wild pitch. And we rolled a 99. Is that a 99? I mean, a 99 is a pass ball. That ball gets past. Ball gets past Mitterwald, and that's going to allow Green to go to third. So now the infield is going to be brought in. And here's the pitch to Blue. See if Blue can manage a 60 off Perry, and that's going to be a ground ball and through for a base hit, and that's an RBI single. The A's have taken the lead. On an RBI single by the unlikeliest of heroes, Vita Blue, who's batting .050, I believe, or something to that effect. So 1 out, 1 on. He drives in number 8. And it's Bert Campaneris. 2-1 A's here in the bottom of the 5th. And here we're going to roll for Bert Campaneris. See what happens. And that is going to be a 0-3, which is a ground ball up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. Let's see if Blue will make it to third. He will. first and third now. Again, with only one out. Joe Rudy. We're going to bring the infield halfway, try to get that double play and prevent a big inning here. Here's a pitch, and that is a 38 and a 5. This may do it. This may do it. It's a hard hit ground ball at the second baseman. Braun flips to Kardnas. Kardnas with the relay to first, and Killebrew. Double play. It's a 4-6-3, and they get out of the inning by and also minimize the damage. Only 2 runs come in on 3 hits and a huge error. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. The A's have taken the lead 2-1. Vita Blue going for his 9th victory of the year. His ERA when he started was 0.48. Hey, Michael, you and I have similar favorites. My top games right now: Deep Drive, Fall Classic, Time Travel, and Replay. Yes, Michael. Absolutely, my man. It sounds very familiar. Those are the games I mostly play right now. But I do have my classic days. Lately, my classic day, my retro classic game day is weekends where I'll play, and I'm gonna, include the older games. The I call them the dinosaurs. Appa and Stratomatic. So on the weekends, I have more time to play games on the weekends, so I will include those in my Blast from the Past program. Steve Braun, a lefty, is facing Vita Blue here in 1971. This is game 48 of my replay. Played every game, so I'm almost 1/3 of the way through the season. And it's 2-1 Athletics. Steve Braun, Hartman, Killebrew, and Tony Oliva. Vita Blue with the pitch. That's a 49 and a 5, and that is a ground ball hit hard. Second baseman, Green, throws out Braun, 1 down. Next is Hartman, Killebrew, and that's a 37. That is lined and caught by Green. So Green is busy today, and it's Tony Oliva with 2 outs. And that's an 88, and a 0 is lined this time at Green again. So the 3 putouts by the second baseman, Dick Green. This time he went full extension to grab that line out to prevent a base hit. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 A's. Now I'm in the process of kind of scripting some old commercials from the early 70s, from actual baseball games, and I wanted to read some of those out in between innings. I thought that would be cool to do that and read them kind of in the same way that they read them in the early 1970s, which is a very unique style. Reggie Jackson now leading off. He's 0 for 2 today. It's going to be Jackson, Gepstein, and Sal Bando, the captain, against Jim Perry. And that is a deep drive off the bat of Jackson to right center field, way back. See what happens here. And that ball is off the wall, and Jackson is heading for second. The throw in from Oliva, the tag, not in time, so it's a leadoff double by Reggie Jackson. It's a line drive off the bat of Jackson that carried a long way. Did not have the elevation to get out of the park, hit off the wall, and Jackson leads us off with a double, and he's in scoring position. Now it's going to be Mike Gepstein, Sal Bando, and Rick Monday. check with a wild pitch pass ball. We don't get it. Here is Gepstein with a 38 and a 3. And that is going to be hit to the third baseman. Jackson's going to hold. That is Rennick. Looks Jackson back to second, over to first, 1 down. Sal Bando is next. And I'm thinking of pitching to Bando. Let's throw that D20. No, we don't get the wild pitch look. Let's go here. It's a 94 and a 5. That's going to be off Perry's cart, and that's hit hard at second base. This is going to allow Jackson to move to third. Second baseman Braun's got it. He throws over to first, 2 down. Jackson is at third. He takes his lead. Perry sets and deals to Rick Monday, the lefty. Here's a pitch. And that is a deep drive off the bat of Monday. Again, a chance for a home run. See what happens. We haven't had one yet. And this one is going to go way back into right center field. Back goes the center fielder Tovar to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. 2-run shot by Rick Monday. And that puts the A's up 4-1. He drives in batter number 3 and himself batter number 6. 2 RBIs, and that's the third hit of the game for Rick Monday. He is 3 for 3 today. So he's having an excellent day. And out comes the manager for the Twins, and we'll look quickly to see who exactly that is. I mean, I have to 1, 8. Hold on a second. 4-1 A's, home run by Rick Monday. I don't know why it does that. Let's see. 1. God, lately it's been acting up. I don't know why. Don't let me get in there, so. Got in there. Who is the manager? Let's take a quick peek. Manager is Bill Rigney. Let's write that down. Let's put that into there. No reason to not have that information. Twins manager Bill Rigney goes out to speak to Perry. After that 2-run home run, the A's are up 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs, and it's Dave Duncan. Pitch to Duncan. And that's a 15. That is a strikeout to retire the side. So Perry, frustrated, reached back for a little extra. But 2 runs on 2 hits, the double and the homer, and we go to the top of the 7th. We're going to start adding up. I know blue is fine, but Perry may get tired, so may be headed in that direction. And I'll show you how to calculate endurance. Well, it's going to be Leo Kardnas, Oliva, and Rennick for the Twins in the top of the 7th inning. It's 4-1. A's lead it. And the A's have Vida Blue on the mound, so there's little chance of them losing that lead. He's been tough in this replay. He's got an 0.48 ERA and a 0.8 whip. In reality, his whip was 0.9. He led the league, I believe, with 301 strikeouts, had a 24-8 record. Pretty impressive. Here's a pitch to Leo Kardnas. That's a 20 and a 7, and that is a strikeout. He swings and misses at a ball outside the strike zone. So that tells you that Blue has good movement on his pitches today. Here's Brent Oliva, and that is a 32 and a 6, and that is ripped at Campaneris, who backhands it. and throws him out. 2 down, and here's Rick Rennick. And that's going to be a 68. We're going to read it as a 68, and that's a swing and a miss. Rennick down on strikes to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Now Rennick is a circle R, which basically means he is a specialist and he should not face right-handers because he will be at a disadvantage, particularly specialist right-handers. I think that's where he would have his biggest disadvantage. So let's move on to the bottom of the 7th. This is the 7th inning stretch. There's opportunity for you to stretch your legs, go to the concession, grab yourself a quick drink because they will be closing soon. And the crowd will sing "Take Me Out to the Ballpark." It is 4-1 Athletics. Athletics' record is 27-17, so if they hold on to this one, that will be their 28th victory. They'll be 11 games over 500. They're first in the AL West. They did get to the playoffs in 1971. I believe they were defeated by the Orioles, was it? 1971, I believe so. I believe the Orioles made it to the playoffs 3 years in a row. 69, 70, and 71. All right, here's George. We are in the bottom of the 7th, so it's going to be Dick Green leading it off against Jim Perry. Let's add up. Let's test. Let's figure out how to do this endurance. It's 11 points. SP 11 means he has 11 points to use up. So every inning is going to be -1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's -6. He's given up at least 1 run, so that's -1. And he's faced the lineup 1, 1. He's gone through the lineup 1 time, 2 times, and it'll be 3 times in this inning. So altogether, if you add all those up, it will be 10 points, and he's got 11. So he will be able to get through this inning, and then we will have to replace Jim Perry. It's going to be Dick Green. Let's do that. Here's the pitch to Green. And that is a 63, and that is going to be a base on balls. So Green is on. Blue is up next, and he's going to bunt. Let's throw that D20, looking for that wild pitch. We don't get it. And that's going to be an 0-3 on the bunt. And an 0-3 is a strikeout. And that means 2 strikes on the batter. We are going to, again, try to bunt. Again, we throw that. Oh, we get a potential wild pitch. And that is looks like a 26. And a 26 says if pitcher is a D or an F, it's a wild pitch. But Perry, I believe, is a B. So no wild pitch. It's blocked by Mitterwald. Blue again. Going to try to bunt. We're going to roll another D20. There you go. We don't get it. And that is an 84 and a 1. That is a pop-up, which is considered just a regular out. So now the 1 says that it goes to the pitcher. Pitcher picks it up. Now with Green, who's average speed, and the pitcher, who is a 5 with average speed, 0 to 6, he's going to turn around and try to go to second base here. So a 0 to 6 on a D10, he will get the runner at second. Let's try to do that. And he does not get the runner at second. Everybody is safe. How do you like that? Fielder's choice. Sacrifice fielder's choice. Runners on base. First and second. Bergkamp and Harris. And Bird is 2 for 3. We're going to bunt with Bergkamp and Harris with nobody out. We throw that D20 trying to get the wild pitch pass ball. So we're going to bunt with, and it's going to be a 72 and a 3. That's off the pitcher. That's going to be a defensive result. Let me see how they run this. Defensive result. Result from batter card, which it is. No, it's actually from the pitcher card. Tough play, roll a die, subtract 4. If result is subtract 4. Okay, from the result. If play clean for a sacrifice. Otherwise, misplayed for a 1 base error. Okay, so let me look and see. Subtract 4, and if it's greater than, right? If it's greater than the infielder, so the pitcher is a 5. Let's roll 1 and subtract 4, and yeah, it's not going to be greater than the pitcher, so it's going to be a good bunt. It's going to be 1 to 4 sacrifice, and both runners move up on the sacrifice. And now it's Joe Rudy with the. We're going to bring the infield in for Joe Rudy. There's a pitch to Rudy. And that is going to be an 83 and a 0. That is going to be lined. There's a potential for a double play here. If you roll 0 to 09, there's a line out double play. And we don't get it, so it's going to be a line out to the second baseman. Oh, wait, infield is in. That's going to be a base hit past the diving second baseman. And that is an infield in base hit on a line drive. Yes, sir. That's what happens when you play the infield in. And let me look quickly at how many runners score on this. And maybe just one runner score. Lineouts become, 2 runs will score on this. Ouch, blue. So 2 runs score on a line drive base hit. 2 RBIs, and that's 8 and 9. And the A's break it open 6-1 on the 2-run single with the infield drawn in for Joe Rudy. Here's Reggie Jackson. Jim Perry has allowed 6 runs now. And runner on at first. And here's a pitch to Reggie Jackson. This may be his last batter, but no, it doesn't seem to be. That's a fly ball deep center field. Tovar on the track, and he hauls it in. That is 2 outs. And here's Mike Gepstein, another lefty. That's a 3-7. And that is going to be a fly ball, deep right field. Back goes Oliva, and he hauls it in to retire the side. But the Athletics pick up 2 more runs on a hit and a walk. And they lead it by a score of 6-1. All right, what I am going to do is I'm going to push this camera back a little bit. There we go. We got that. As you can see, I got my replay old school cards on the side there. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Just move this back up a little bit. And there we go. Got everything in view. Got a bunch of things, peripheral things. And it's the top of the 8th inning. It's going to be George Mitterwald. Perry, we'll see a pinch hitter for Perry. Mitterwald, the pitcher, and then the top of the order in Cesar Tovar. It's 6-1 Athletics. We are looking for hitters now. And I do know who's available off the top of my head. So we'll grab those. So here's the pitch from Vita Blue in the top of the 8th inning. That's a 94 and a 1, and that is a pop-up, foul territory. The 1 sends it to the first baseman. Gepstein makes the catch. 1 down. Here's Perry. We're going to get a pinch hitter. It's got to be a righty. Cannot be a lefty. Especially, we have a lot of lefty specialists. Let me see who I've got here, who I can bring in. All right, we're going to bring in, we got all lefties on the bench. Holy smokes. I think I can bring, you know what? I have all lefties on the bench. Hold on a second. Let me take a look at the roster for the Twins. We got all lefties sitting on the bench. So we're going to bring, I guess, it's got to be a lefty. He's going to be at a disadvantage. Whoever he brings in is going to be at a disadvantage. We're going to bring in hit with Rod Carew. And this is going to, and lefty on lefty, I believe that is a negative modifier. Let's see. Pitcher advantage exists for left-handed specialist batter? No. Left-handed specialist pitcher? No. So there's no left-handed specialist batter or left-handed pitcher. So we don't have any one of those combinations. Left-handed specialist pitcher faces a left-handed batter. So he's not a left-handed specialist, so we don't have to worry. There's no disadvantage. Okay. Rod Carew is the only one that doesn't have a disadvantage because if Rod Carew had a circle around the L, he would be at a disadvantage against Blue. So Carew is going to pinch hit here in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out. And we're going to get a new pitcher coming in. Here's a pitch. Oh, that's a 53. That's going to be a line drive, base hit for pinch hitter Rod Carew. He can really stroke it when it's at the right time. And it's going to be Cesar Tovar. And we're looking at pitchers now. And we can actually remember who we used in yesterday's game, hopefully. My memory will serve me to bring in. I can actually look at the stat, the box score from yesterday's game. So I remember who they brought in. Oh, that was a complete game for both sides. So they didn't bring in anybody. So let me quickly check the box score so I know what 71 Athletics, Minnesota, who are they going to bring in? So I checked the box score. Corbin, Williams, and Paranowski. So we're going to look for those guys. Corbin, Williams, and Paranowski. Ray Corbin, pitcher. There he is. So we're going to use Corbin. We got righty, and righty. I think Monday may be a lefty. Doesn't matter. We'll see. But there's at least 2 righties coming up. So Blue's going to face Cesar Tovar. Let's throw that D20. There's no 1 there. 1 would give us a check. And that's an 85 and a 4. That is off Blue's card. That's a ground ball, second base. Green up with it. Flips to Campaneris. The throw to first. Not in time. It's a fielder's choice. Tovar is on at first. That's going to be Steve Braun, the lefty, with 2 outs and 1 on. Blue checks for the sign. Tovar takes his lead. Sets and deals. That's a 43. That's line and caught by the shortstop Campaneris. That'll do it. Flips the ball on the pitcher's mound. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And after 7.5, 6-1, Vita Blue and the A's. Corbin's going to come in. So Perry's out. He's gone. And Corbin's going to be facing Bando. Be facing Bando Monday. And Monday is a lefty, as I mentioned earlier. I was unsure of that. I don't know why. But he will be facing Bando Monday and Duncan here in the bottom of the 8th inning. All right, here's a pitch. Read the red. It's an 87 and a 1. Anything over 50 is off the pitcher card. And that is going to be Corbin. Perry went 7 complete. And Corbin with a 1 off his card, and that's going to be popped up in the infield. First baseman Killebrew, 1 down. Here's Rick Monday. Rick Monday with a 33 off his card, and that's going to be a defensive check. We got a defensive check, and that goes pretty quick. That takes no time at all. That's a 36, and that is going to be a range check. So we got to roll a second time. That's a 0-1, and that is going to be back to the pitcher. Corbin is a 3, and that is he fields it cleanly over to first, 2 down. And here's Duncan. Dave Duncan's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice, struck out twice. That's a 75. That's going to be another defensive check. Roll. And that's a 0-0, which is going to take us to the range. That's right here. And it's a 60. And that's going to be a line drive base hit past the outstretched glove of the shortstop, Kardnas. So a 2-out single for Dave Duncan, the catcher. Kardnas is a 4, so he is a good shortstop. But the number we roll was a 60, and that's going to get past him. Had it been a 54 to 57, he would have gotten to that ball. And that's going to be Dick Green. Here's a pitch to Green. He's a right-handed hitter. It's a 62, and that's going to be ball 4. So a 2-out walk, putting runners on first and second, and it's Vita Blue. Roll for a 1 to see if it's a pass ball, wild pitch check. Here's the pitch to Blue. That's going to be a fly ball, shallow right field. Racing in is Oliva. He's there to retire the side. No runs. 1 hit. 6-1 A's. Last lick for the Twins. This is Tony Porter. This is Cards and Dice TV. Playing tabletop baseball game called Deep Drive. We are in the top of the 9th inning. Vita Blue is going to be facing the heart of the order in Killebrew, Oliva, and Kardnas. Killebrew is 2 for 3 today. He's got a couple of singles and hit a line drive that was caught by the second baseman. He batted .254. In our replay, Killebrew is batting .273. All right, here's a pitch from Blue. He winds and deals. That's a 27 off Killebrew, and that's going to be a swing and a miss for a strikeout. Next batter is Tony Oliva. Oliva makes good contact, has only 1 strikeout number. That's going to be a 25, and that's going to be an out. It's going to be a hard hit ground ball to Campaneris. Campy throws out Oliva, 2 down. So the A's are 1 out away from their 28th victory of the season. That'll put them 11 games over 500 and a 0-4 off the bat of Kardnas. That's a deep drive, but that 8 is going to hurt his home run chances. So Kardnas with a deep drive off the bat, and he drives it into left field. And a 72 is going to be 1 hop off the wall. Played nicely by Rudy. And the throw to second base, Kardnas under the tag with a 2-out double off the deep drive chart on his card. I'll roll that D20. There's no wild pitch. Here is Brant Ollier. Brant Ollier. He's the left fielder today, and he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. This is so the Twins are down to the last out in a 6-1 game. Here's the pitch. He sets and deals. It's a 0-7. That's going to be ball 4. So Blue may be tiring. He loses Ollier, and up comes Rick Rennick. I don't think that Rick Rennick gets an advantage here. Let's double check the splits. So with a right-handed specialist now faces a left-handed specialist. No. If a left-handed specialist faces a right-handed specialist, no, this is for the batter. Nope. Only if you were facing a left-hander, right-handed specialist faces a left-handed specialist, or a left-handed specialist batter faces a right-handed specialist pitcher. We know that. So no, there's no advantage right here for the batter. If Vita Blue were a specialist, there would be an advantage. But now I could bring a specialist to give him an advantage to actually show you how to do that. So because we're not going to budge blue, so let's get a pinch hitter. Let's bring in a pinch hitter. But but I don't have any righty pinch hitters on the bench, so I can't do it. So I got to let Rennick. I have to let Rennick do this. All right. Um, 13. So that's not going to be a wild pitch, and here goes. Potentially the final out, Rennick. And that is going to be a 45 off the bat of Rennick. A 2 is going to be a comebacker. Blue off the mound, picks it up, fires to first in time. Ball game over, and the A's win it by a score of 6-1. No runs, 1 hit. 1 hit, 2 left here in the top of the 9th inning. So Vida Blue with a 6-1 victory. He improves his record to 9-2 with that 6-1 victory. His ERA that started off as 0.48 may go up a notch, a hair. And that completes our 3-game series against the Twins. I can't remember the first game, which I played like last week, but the A's won yesterday's game, I believe. Let me double check that. Yep, they won 5-4. I don't remember what the A's did. I could check it after I input the data. But at least the A's win the 2 final games of the series. I don't remember. I'm not sure if they swept or not. 6-1 victory for Vida Blue. Hits for the Twins. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. 4 hitter, 1 run allowed. And for the A's had a bunch of hits. There one there, another one there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits for the A's. The A's had no errors. So it's going to be, for the Twins, it's going to be 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. The A's had 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Blue picked up a complete game. He allowed 4 hitter with 1 run allowed. It was an earned run. He walked 1, 2, 3, 4. Walked 4. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Struck out 8 batters. No home runs. No hit by pitch. No wild pitches. And he does get the victory. And that's it. That's all she wrote for tonight's presentation of Deep Drive Baseball. Hey there, Astros Reefer. I love it. Where did you get your mini stadium? I got that from a company, and you can just search this company. It's called Michigan and Trumbull. Look them up. There's about a month waiting list at least, especially since I started streaming with the stadium. Every stream, there's a guy that asked me about. And let me show it to you. Since you're around, I'll show you how cool it is. I created a Tom Seaver theme where I have, his accomplishments. I have his no-hitter with the Cincinnati Reds right there. I have his 1972 baseball card because I played his 1971 season. That was his lights out season. I have him with his wife. I believe it's Nancy, and the owner of the Mets. I can't remember her name. Buddy Harrelson, which was Tom Seaver's roommate for many years. And then, of course, Tom Seaver. I have him pitching at, I believe that's from at Chase Stadium. And on the other side, I have Tom Seaver's rookie 1967 card. His rookie card from 67. I've got the Mets 1986 World Series poster or whatever. I have a 1983 Mets, a 1984 Topps Mets card from when he returns to the Mets after 6 years with the Reds. Then I have the 1969 pitching staff: Jerry Koosman, Gary Gentry, I believe Nolan Ryan, and Tom Seaver. And then finally, I have his memorial shot, Tom Seaver, 1944 to 2020. So this is really an homage to Tom Terrific. I have the old scoreboard at Shea Stadium, and of course this is Queens, the suburb of Flushing, Queens, the parking lot, and this is my neighborhood. I grew up in that neighborhood, so that reminds me of I was out there riding my bike around the stadium on many occasions. So that's a story. So very cool, and I like to show people that when I get a chance. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I will set something else up. I will input the stats into Replay PC game. It keeps all my stats for me, and I don't have to worry about that. A lot of guys like to do their own stats, and that's fine. For me, it takes away from my enjoyment of rolling. I'm still in the workforce, and I plan to be for a few more years. And I have, I have limited time, so I don't want to spend my limited time doing stats. I have a tendency to say, "Oh, I'll do them tomorrow. I'll do them the day after tomorrow," and then they stack up on me, and then I just a lot of times I don't feel like playing because I don't feel like doing stats. So I don't like to keep the stats. I like to look at the stats, but I don't like to keep the stats. So I use Replay Baseball PC game to keep my stats. I just input the results of my score sheet, and I like doing that. So anyway, again, Vita Blue with an outstanding outing, a 4-hitter, walked 4, struck out 8, allowed only 1 run. He wins his 9th game of the season. He's well on his way to a 20-game season. Remember, this is only game 48 of the year, so we're approaching 1/3 of the season. So if you times 9 times 3, if he continues at this pace, he will win 27 games. In reality, Vita Blue was 24-8. I just want Catfish Hunter, who's another one of my favorite pitchers of all time, to get on track. He is on track lately. He won yesterday's game, but he did give up 4 runs. But he won yesterday's game, and he improved his record to 5 wins and 6 losses. Catfish got off to a very tough start. He pitched well in 1971, not as well as Vita Blue. He was, I don't remember his record. I could look that up, but I know his ERA was 2.96 in 1971. I believe he did win 20 games as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Yes, it is Trumbull. Yes, it is. And thanks for watching. This is CP Cards and Dice, Tony Porter, and I will see you guys soon with another presentation. I don't know what's next with the schedule for the A's, but I will line that up. I love playing deep drive baseball. It plays very cleanly, very simply, and it has all the nuance, that one requires of a baseball game. You can pick it up for $12, or you can try it out for just $1. You can't go wrong. It's straightforward. 90% of the results are off the cards, and there's a couple of things you got to learn. But remember, you can always look up the tutorials that I've done for the splits. I've done tutorials also for the endurance, and maybe a couple others. So this is CP Cards and Dice. I will see you guys soon. Take care.